I think it's gonna work this time. We'll see here in a second. Oh, don't be looking at that. That's super secret spoilers. Spoilers. Hold on. Blah, 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 blah. I gotta go here. I gotta click this, and I gotta grab the link like I usually do. Hold on. Let me just make little Toothless here. Give him the center stage while I'm working on stuff. Okay, gotta go to content, live, grab this link here, get shareable link. And just like that, 2 hours after I said I would, I'm streaming. At stream announcements, I am working on the genetic experimentation live, exclamation point, paste, boom, there it goes. And now everyone is ready to enjoy. Let me hide Discord. Hello, everybody. RDSPCC, hello. Fernando, hello, how are you? Dancing, he's so excited to be here, just like everyone else. Let's actually give him the party hat because he's celebrating the first stream in a while. It's been a while, like I said, but we're doing stuff. Yeah, he's dancing. Oh, look at that. He's reversing time. He's like a wizard. Back to the live stream. Yay. By the way, let me know if it's like buffering or anything, or if the quality is fine. I had to change some settings, and OBS actually changed my bitrate to like 30,000 for streaming, which is a lot. So I just need to know if it's buffering or if I'm good to go. You love the content and love how much detail I put in. I appreciate it. Hopefully everyone does appreciate the detail, but we'll see. It's fine. Fire thumbnail, thank you. I put it together in 4 seconds. I'm doing good, Shiv. Thanks for asking. Okay, let's make Toothless here. Let's put him into short mode. Let's shrink him down a little bit. Oops, that's the... Oh, hold on. I have to put the stream elements overlay on. Oh my gosh, there's the chat that you can't even read because it's so small. Twitch alerts not streaming on Twitch. He'll just hop right over here for a second. He'll just be dancing in the corner to keep you distracted. The level of detail is crazy. All right. Oh, he's dancing off screen. We can't have that. He has to be in full view. So, let's see. Oh, Ani just sent a... he's covering up the membership. Move. Move, little Toothless. No. Move. Oh. Okay, well, Toothless was covering that, so he'll just be over here dancing on the chat, I guess. I appreciate the membership, Ani. It looks like Caddy got it. Congratulations, Caddy. Mr. Moose says he's going to make some cool little models related to genetic modification. Guys, he's going to make models because if you look here, I don't actually have models for anything. But let's look at this. Oh, look, there's Fernando just becoming a member. Thank you. Good job. Oh, wait. Look, he's dancing. He's dancing with Toothless. That's great. All right. So, time set day. Oops. I have been working on the genetic modification stuff. As you can see, I've been working very hard. There's very high quality models coming right here. I think Toothless is a little too big. He needs to shrink just a wee bit. He's distracting me. Okay, there. So yeah, we've been cooking with the models here. As you can tell, like I haven't seen anyone put this much detail into any model like ever. So you guys, you're welcome for this one. It's so good it hurts your eyes. Yeah, I know. It's like really good. So, but I've been working on genetic experimentation. What does that mean? It means that you're going to be able to kind of build your own quirks. Uh, I don't know. I'm going to be honest. I don't know exactly how I'm going to actually get it to work with palladium. um, but we're leaving that part for later in the process. But for now, we're just making the part where you can work on the DNA itself. So I'll just kind of walk through the process that I have right now for it and show you all. And then we're just going to continue working on it because right now it's kind of bad. Well, it's not bad. It's just kind of all over the place. I haven't gotten too consistent with what I'm doing, but we'll fix that eventually. So let's see. Let me just clear out everything here. You don't get to see that. The first thing that you're going to start with is this. That doesn't have a language file, apparently. It is a tissue extractor. Does it have a recipe? It does have a recipe. A glass bottle and a iron nugget. Or ingot, whatever. So what you need to do with this is you're going to come to any humanoid entity. So that means villagers, zombies, husks, and I think even drowned. Yeah. And even drowned. Anything that has legs and arms. You can walk up to them and you can take your tissue extractor and you can right click them. And actually, it's got to be shift right click for villagers because they're little brats. But then you get this beautiful looking tissue sample. Okay? Oop. Let's place this here. Boop. Okay, then let's place this here. Boop. Okay, let's just place this here. Boop. Okay, well, we're not going to place it there. We're just going to look at it on the floor. So we have this delicious looking sample. And each sample that you collect is unique to the mob. So if I were to collect a bunch of samples from him, all of these are essentially the exact same thing. They have his same DNA in it. And each entity has their own DNA attached to them because it's based on the UUID of the entity. So no matter what entity you choose, if it's the same one, it's going to give you the same. If it's a different instance of one, it's going to give you a different one. So we have these 3 types here, and if you hover over this, it says there's... Okay, well, this is just for debug. It's not supposed to tell you all this information, but here we say it's from a villager, and it shows you the 2 genes that are inside of it. So in this case, there's 2 genes, heat resistance and water breathing from the villager. If I go ahead and grab this guy from here, we look here. He also has water breathing and heat resistance, but they're different values, you can see. So each one is has a quality, and if you went and grabbed multiple samples, so like if I got 2 samples from here, these are actually the same. Never mind. Ignore what I just said. But yeah, so you have the 2 different samples, and what do you need to do with it? Well, you come over here to this, and you grab this beautiful block here. Again, it's very good looking. This is called the bio terminal. And I don't have the English file still, so that's something I'm going to have to fix. Hold on, is it capturing desktop sound? It is not, is it? Hold on. Or wait, is there just no sound? There might not just be sound. Video settings? Why did he... Oh, there we go. Oh, that's why I turned it off, because this guy was moaning in my ear. Okay, so we have the bioterminal, right? When you open this up, this is what it looks like. It's a computer, which is pretty cool. And inside of this computer, you can type anything you want, any command you want, including the /clear command, which will clear away anything that's there. So you can type in help to show all of the commands that you can run. These are all work in progress, so don't really, don't pay too much attention to them. But the idea is this computer is going to kind of control all of the different, operations as you're going to need to do. The reason I went with that is because it would be kind of difficult to do a bunch of like GUI stuff for it. So I just thought a computer would be more fun. Also, I've always wanted to make a computer in Minecraft. So yeah, it doesn't look good, but whatever. What we need to do is we have our sample, so we need to analyze it. So we do analyze. And this opens up the analyze program and it says there's no connected sequencers. So that's another block that I added. So if we do sequencer right here, the way that this is going to work in the future, or the way that this works right now, is you have to place the sequencer attached to the bio terminal. In the future, there's going to be cables to connect everything, but for now, it has to be touching the side. So now if we come in here, if we exit out and then go back to analyze, we can now see that there is a connected sequencer and it's sitting idle. So we're going to come in here. Again, another very beautiful menu here. But in here, there's two slots. There's an input and there's an output slot. And you just ignore the pink and the black here. But you take in your sample and you put it in the input slot. And now we can see that this bar here is blue and it's still idle. So this means that there is a valid sample in there. And so in order to analyze it, we just do start and then we give it the number, which is number 1. And so when we do this, it just slowly starts to process the sample. And we'll just sit here and wait till it's done. There we go. And now that it's ready, we can actually use the readout command, which you can see that's just up there. So if we do readout and then again, number 1, it's going to play this little animation here to kind of show you the different genes that are inside of it. In this screen, we use W and S, up and down keys, to control like which one you're selecting. And so right now there's technically only 2 genes inside of this one, gene 7484 and CF29. The other 2 are placeholders, I think. I don't actually remember where they came from. They just showed up. But the 2 real genes are this one and this one. And if we remember the sample here, we know that there's 2 genes in here, and it's the water breathing gene and the heat resistance gene. And so that's what those 2 are. The problem is we don't know which one is which. So if I do enter, we can see that it's unknown and the quality is 0, just because we don't know what the quality is. If I go back, which there is actually no back button, so you kind of have to go back here. And because there is no back button, it's also going to replay this animation. That'll get fixed. But here, the CF29, we can see it's a separate gene, and it's also unknown, okay? So because these are unknown, I don't want you to just be able to pull out the specific genes that you want right away. So here is just debug, and so we know that there's water breathing and heat resistance, but the idea is that when you get a sample, you're not actually going to know what that gene is. So you're going to have to do some either experimenting with it or use what I have come up with right now, which is an identifying sort of deal. So let's actually make the second item here, which is a slicer. This block is for separating the specific genes from the sample here. So inside of the gene sequencer, it actually made it's called a sequenced sample, which we can't see here but there we go. It's a sequenced sample, so it just means we've identified the genes that are inside of it, or we know that there's 2 genes inside of it, basically. So if you take this sequenced one and put it inside of here, into the slicer has 6 output slots. Again, it looks ugly because there's no texture. But the idea is that you're going to slice the individual genes out of this sample and create them. So if we go here to slicer, we can see there are currently 2 genes inside of the sample, which is the CF29 and 7484 that we saw. So we can actually slice or remove these and kind of isolate them. So if I do slice and then we give the ID, so we can just do 1 and 2 to just separate them both. If we hit enter, it's going to go ahead and just slice those apart. And there we go, it's done. And so now we see in here, we actually have 2 items, and these are the separated genes. Now the sample should go away, but the genes here are just separated into different vials. Right now, if we look at the vial here, there are 4 types of vials. Man, I really didn't get any of these names, but this one is the cosmetic vial. So these are for genes that are cosmetic, so basically coloring things. There's resistance vials, which are going to be for genes related to like heat resistance, stronger knockback resistance, strength resistance, that sort of stuff. This one is, what is this? Oh, this is a builder gene, which is just kind of a building block, and this one is a quirk gene. And so this would be kind of like a full-on quirk. So there's all these types of genes that they can be. We sliced out 2 of them. So we have the CF29 gene and the 7484. And so these 2 now we can place inside of the sample refrigerator, which is it's just basically a chest that only stores in these gene vials. And so we put them in here. And now what we can do is we can run the catalog, and we can see what genes we have in there. So right now we have the 2 genes. They're both resistance type genes, which is not really true. But if we go ahead and do like info, and we can see the commands up here. If we do info and then 1, we still see that the ID is unknown. We do know the category, but we don't know the quality still, and we don't know technically what it does. And so because you don't know what this type of gene is, we need to identify these. And so currently the identifying process, I don't think even works, but the idea is we do identify like this. You can see it says insert a gene database, and then it has the 2 genes that are attached in the storage. And so we see that there's these 2 guys. What you need is you need the database, which is just like a flash drive. You can think of it as a flash drive. If you put this into here, and then it actually just analyzes them automatically, which it's not supposed to do, but it did it anyway. And it looks like it's just doing it forever. Okay, cool. It's definitely broken. But it should be technically analyzing them. And then the idea is once you analyze it, now you can see the information about it instead of the catalog. So yeah, now we can see the information about the water-breathing gene. So we can see what it is, what its quality is, that sort of deal. So that's kind of what the process is right now. So why is it dark out? Time set day. Oops. Time set day / game rule do daylight cycle false. So the idea is you take a sample from a villager, you place it into here to sequence it. Then once you sequence it, you slice out the specific genes that you want. So for example, we sliced out the water-breathing gene and the heat resistance gene. And then down the line, what you're going to be able to do is combine those genes together. So for example, I'll just use like the frog quirk. So say we wanted to make the frog quirk, what would that be? It would be like water breathing. It would be like cold resistance. I don't know what else would be in that quirk. I don't know. You just combine all of those genes together, and then it'll create the quirk gene, which is this red vial here. So we do vial, boop, this quirk gene. And then the idea is that you can then build up and insert these genes into yourself. So you'll basically kind of think like F-Sang injectors. You'll print out an injector, and then you can give that to yourself, and those are the powers that you're going to get. So you're combining all of these genes together to essentially create your own powers for things. And that's all I have so far. Thanks for watching the live stream. We'll just leave. Bye. Just kidding. Don't get baited by me. Yeah, but so that's kind of what or the way it works right now. Can you make telekinesis? Right now you can't make anything. The combination system is not finished. All it is slicing them apart, and currently it's trying to just get the genes identified. And then once you have them known, then you can actually, that's when you can actually use them to combine. Because I don't want people to just run up and say, so say this this zombie has like fire, some sort of fire gene. We'll just say like fire breath or whatever. I don't want people to just run up here right away and grab it, and then in one step they have like fire breath or something like that. Because that would just be kind of, then everyone would just have the same stuff, you know? But instead, with the analyzing and researching, it kind of slows you down a little bit for that. But then it also has a chance to, I'll add in chances for it to like fail and things, so you can't do it all instantly. Will there be a quirk to improve this process? There will be quirks that make it easier, I think. Like the all for one quirk seems like one that could modify genes and things. And I'll probably make a custom quirk or whatever to help make this process easier. Maybe you can only use it if you have a smart quirk. I probably will not do that. Because you don't want to gate things like that, because then that would be a big aspect of the mod that not many people could actually use. Because the smart quirks, so you say, or as you say, wouldn't be very many of them. Yeah, Ricky, that's kind of the idea, is to mix things up to create new powers. That one quirk that makes you smarter once you drink tea. That's true. Or just have it skip some of the process steps or something. Also, you wouldn't be able to change quirks without it, so that would be kind of, yeah. Because this does allow you to change, it will most likely allow you to kind of change your quirk or modify it just a little bit. But that's going to depend on all of the ends changes that I gotta make, or so the actual combining together. So there's quite a few things that I need to finish for this. First of all, the identifying doesn't, as we saw, it does not work. Identify. Wait. Clear. Exit. Identify. So this is just running nonstop, which it should not be. It should definitely be stopping. Oh, also you can pull out this little flash drive thing, and then this is where this stores all of the information that you've learned about genes. So you could give this to someone else, give your data to someone else and use it. Or you can just keep this safe and, you know, just only you use it. But okay, so yeah, quite a few things that I need to work on. I just gotta think what I want to fix first. What do I want to fix? I think the first thing is maybe the catalog. Boop, boop. Catalog. Boop. Minecraft data theft. Exactly. Actually, so that reminds me, the genes use data packs as the backend for them, so you will be able to actually add your own through your add-on packs. Because there's this genes folder, so right now there's three genes. I've got to change this up a little bit, but you can just give it an ID, you give it the category, the rarity, the range that it can be, and then eventually you'll be able to put in here the quirks that it combines, or the combinations that that equal it. So I'm trying to think of an example. Like in the example of the frog quirk, we could say like water breathing and like scaly skin. You're gonna be able to type it in here as the frog quirk equals the combination of, you know, those two genes. And then that's how anyone making an add-on for my add-on is going to be able to I'm trying to figure out how to zoom in here. Hold on a second. But how they're able to add in their own genes to the system. Because again, it's got to be good. I think this mod is pretty invisible to a lot of fantastic people. And that's, well, I mean, it's okay because it's not finished. So that's fine. I remember why I turned off the sounds. Because these zombies are annoying me. I guess I could just turn them off. Boop. Boop. There we go. So yeah, there's quite a few more things to actually work on. Let me push this stuff. Identify changes. Commit. What are genes for? Isn't quirk a separate system? The genes are a way to get a quirk if you don't have one. And I think the way that I'm going to implement it is basically, so like how you have the /superpower command, there's just going to be a superpower for the gene, a genetic superpower. And then that superpower will just check the different genes that you have and then enable powers based on that. So if you have like if you have the water breathing gene, then it would give you water breathing through that power. It's for quirkless people, yes, but it's also for those who want to change things about their current quirk. Like if, for example, you had the, what is an example? Like one thing we could do is like a fiery decay. So right now decay is just kind of normal by itself. But if you had in the fire variant, like you find a fire gene or something like that, then it would, then it could change the decay to also be like spread fire too at the same time. It's not far-fetched to say it has to do with genes, yeah. Will there be a negative genes like Dobby? Probably. So you can make decay plus cremation, potentially. Potentially. What to do? Okay, let's first, I need to go through and actually name all of these things. Thanks, Ani, for another gifted membership to Sergeant Carrera. I appreciate it. I also noticed that doesn't have my little image anymore. That's annoying. Did this delete my entire... I think my entire English translation file got deleted, which is annoying. Let me go through and add in the translations for everything real quick, because that's just dumb. Oops, can't push F11, guys, because then you can't see it. I need to also make this bigger so you can read it. Edit. Where's the preferences? View. Appearance. There we go. Hello, select. Zoom. 175%. Boom. There you can see. What? Why did it go back to normal? View, appearance, zoom. 175%. There we go. All right, we need to edit the English file, the translation file, because none of the things are actually inside of it. Okay, that's not true. Oh, it's because it... Boop. Missing comma. Love to see it. Love to see it. Can I just do an F3T to reload that? Why the default skin here? Because this is in the dev environment. I think I have to restart this. Because it's in IntelliJ's debugger, so it's not actually running my my skin. We'll turn this back on and do this. This should fix all of these guys. Why is this mad? Object contains duplicate keys. Why? Whoopsies. I don't know why I had two here. Let's just do that. Probably gonna have to start and stop it one more time. Guessing that makes stuff faster to test then? I mean, it's just testing inside of IntelliJ, so it's not actually... Because IntelliJ is where you do the Java programming, and so it's just... It's set up to just run in a default instance so that anyone can run it without a Minecraft account. Because you don't need a Minecraft account to develop Minecraft mods, actually. Just makes a temporary one. And then it also skips all of the... there we go. It skips all of the authentication checks. So there, everything is now named because I fixed that little issue. Boop, boop, boop. Yep. There, so now you can actually tell the different categories and things. So that's good there. So next thing is probably updated in _us.json. Boop. Sorry, just pushing to GitHub as we like to do. I need to think of... there's a couple of things I need to do. I should make a obsidian. Okay, obsidian does not want to exist. Boop, 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 boop. Let's do this. Let's go here. Droop. New note. To-do list. I need to make cables. Cables for connecting the machines. Can we control scroll to zoom in? No, we cannot. The other thing we need to do is fix the identify program. We need to make the catalog program less ugly. Make the bio printer. Make the combination system. And obviously add textures to everything. Which that's an easy thing we can technically do. Well, we need to create more genes. Gene types. Which thing on this list do we want to do? I'm not going to do the cables because that requires me to... that would require modeling. I don't really want to do the modeling thing. So I can fix the identity thing. I can make the catalog a little nicer. Start thinking about the combination system, making more genes, adding textures. We make an MHA SMP? Maybe. For electricity, you can make generators that could be charged by electric quirks, and for some balancing, risk overload and explode. That's an interesting idea. So do you guys want to see me make the textures for all of the basic inventory stuff, or do you want me to... otherwise I could fix the catalog program real quick. That's this one here that looks like this. So if I did like info1, It would be like this so it doesn't look so ugly. Ugly, ugly, ugly. One vote for texture. Anyone else? What have you missed? You missed a whole lot. Texture is the one that will take less. Okay, so it sounds like people want me to texture. 3 votes for texture. Wow. The vote was what I was doing, fixing this or fixing the textures. So apparently it's textures. But not too detailed. Nah, I'm making it. You guys get to pay. You're paying for this now. I'm going to make it so detailed. We're going to spend the next 3 hours hand coloring. I hope you're ready. Let's open this furnace Photoshop one. Hold on, let me close this thumbnail. All right, here's what we got so far. Boop. Isn't it beautiful? This is actually the texture for the thing. Mr. Moo, the texturer, doesn't want me to do the textures. Because he just knows how bad I am. Hey, look at the old DNA sequencer. Actually, this still works for the DNA sequencer. So we can use this one. I didn't realize that I did overlay it. So here, gene sequencer. I guess it's changed the name. The gene sequencer. Yeah, it's got 1 slot. Oh, it's only got 2 slots now. So what we can do is we'll just hide this big box. This is technically supposed to show progress. I don't know how to get that to work. This one we need to rename. So let's give it the name here. Let's do gene sequencer. Okay. I think I'm cooking with the textures. If the villager has water breathing gene, does that mean the villager will be able to breathe underwater? No. I'm just gonna say they're dormant genes. Yeah. That's what they are. We need to move. Wait. I need to hide this one. Do we think that's in the right spot? I don't think it's in the right spot, but we're gonna try it anyway. So we're gonna do file, and actually let me turn this off so I don't dox anything real quick. Export as PNG. Oh, yep, just doxing all my thumbnails. You guys can't see those because they're too high quality. Let's see. We need to go to this texture folder. Show in Explorer. One moment. Hold on to your horses. Where's the open in Explorer? Copy these, copy, and hold on. I'm almost done. Boop. Boop. There we go. Boop. There we go. Textures. This is going to be GUI, and this is going to be the gene sequencer. Just like that. Save. And I think that's a texture already in the game. I'm so good at this. I don't know why Mr. Moo takes so long, you know? Because it's just as easy as plugging it in. It's put it in right to the GUI section here. And so this should just work. I can see why Mr. Moo didn't want you to okay. Wow. It would be cool if you misspelled the name. I didn't misspell it. I can see why he has a dungeon for the textures. Okay, yes. I thought I was pretty fast with the create. I was just joking. You're fast. I was just fooling around. Don't worry. Do Minecraft characters even have fingers? We'll never know. All right, boom. Check that out. Wait, are they aligned? Oh. Oops. Hmm. Hmm. It's almost perfect. Almost perfect. So this box needs to go down a frame. Oh, they both need to go down a frame. And this one needs to go right, like boop, 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 boop. How many pixels do we think that is? We're just gonna guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Does that look like 5 pixels to you? Maybe. These both need to go up 1, up 1, up 1. And I think with that, if we just export that to the same exact place, export as PNG gene sequencer, replace. If I do an F3T, that's no good. What do you mean? It's perfect. That did not move it. I gotta apparently close and restart, which is dumb. Boop. How did the genes work? Humanoid mobs will spawn with a genome. What you do is you extract it, you analyze it, and then you're going to slice and put together the genes to make new genes, and those will give you powers. Easy like that. Bring the progress bar further too, so it's in the middle. It is in the middle. I don't know what you're talking about. We are gene stealers now. Yes. You will be stealing all the genes. What? Oh, I went in the wrong direction. Okay, so we need to go like 3 more over. 2 down. Oh, actually it's like 2 over, 2 down. Okay, we'll try that. 2 over, 2 down, 2 over, 2 down, 2 over, 2 down, 2 over, 2 down. Boop. 2 down, 1, 2. 1, 2. Someone complained about this not being in the middle, which it very clearly is in the middle. And this guy needs to go over, I think, too. Maybe. Like that. Okay, now that's perfect. Oops. Not share for review. Export as gene sequencer. Now it's high quality. None of you can complain. You prefer sweatpants over jeans. A gene cocktail gives you powers? Yes, it will. I said that. Oh. Never mind. I thought that was Ricky saying that. I can already see all of the villager factories, unfortunately. But luckily, though, the villagers all give you the same genes. So if you don't like what they have, you got to get rid of them somehow. And don't expect there to be, like, villager breeding to get specific genes. I don't think I'm going to do that. I think it's just going to be random. For now. I mean, maybe in the future. Maybe I'll add that. Okay, we need to go 1 pixel to the right. We're so close. Boop. And is this not in the middle anymore? Who cares? Whatever. Save. Export. Export as gene sequencer. Okay, and then what we'll do is we'll get rid of that ugly gene sequencer text that shows up. I think it's in the client folder, gene sequencer. The title is right here, I think. Wait, no, that's the... Which one's the title? There it is. Title. We need to override this title and get rid of it, which I think we do like this. No, it gives it the title. I don't remember how I got rid of the title. Unless it's in the... Is it in the block? Gene sequencer. Because I thought it was here. Let's do a Control-Shift-F. Gene sequencer. There's so many... Okay, well... whatever. There's so many blocks. There's so many files that you need to just add a single block. Like the bioterminal, you have the block, you have the block entity, you have the menu. Oh, the menu. Haha, there it is. Title. Where's it at? Where does the title get added? I don't remember. I thought it was supposed to be in here, but guess not. But we'll see how beautiful it looks even with the title. Imagine making a lab just for the perfect genome sequence. Stealing quirks from villager kids, sending them to trading halls forever. Okay. Will children have genes? Probably. Okay, it's perfectly aligned. But I can't... Gotta get rid of the title. I don't remember how to do that. I don't remember how to do that. Because I thought it was in the screen. Oops. Yeah, I thought it was here in the screen. But yeah, that's rendering the background. Let me look on the gene slicer screen. Texture, XY, offset. Oh, I guess I could just pass in. Title, we just closed title. So component, empty equals component dot empty. Are you mad? Why are you mad? Super must be first. Oh, okay. Let's. Is there a? I think there's a change. If I do this dot title, yeah, equals component dot empty. What? Is this private? You cannot assign to a. Okay, set title. I forgot what the dumb command is. Clone, add widget, get Minecraft, get rectangle, get title. How about set title? Set. I don't remember how to set the title. Because I thought it was here, but it's, this is rendering the background without a title reference. And I did a Control-Shift-F for gene sequence, sir. This is just in the text file, in the translation file. I don't remember where it is. Oh well, we'll just leave it. Or maybe, should I just get rid of this beautiful text? All my effort into this text, gone. Whatever. You may have somehow single-handedly made all villager lives even worse. Not my problem. Won't Mr. Moo beautify all the menus? He will, but now there's more incentive to kidnap and force them. Yes. What if pillagers are considered if humans? We can find them easier. Oh, dang. Maybe I won't add. They're not added right now, but that's a good point. I probably shouldn't make pillagers do it because you can really get those easy. All right. So we have the gene sequencer. Let's do the gene slicer, which is the same sort of thing, except it has 6 boxes and there's only 1. So it's 1 and then 6. So let's do this. I have no idea the position, so we're just going to guess. We're just going to guess that it's about right here. And then this one, we're just going to do a good old copy paste 4 times. I mean, yeah, 4 times. No, shift, control V. Okay, and then we select all these, and then we move them up a little bit. Boom, look at that. I'm such a good texturer. I'll keep this thing here. It doesn't matter. I don't necessarily need it to be like that, but let's go File, Export, As, Export. Instead of gene sequencer, it's going to be the gene slicer. And with a quick little restart, it should be in the game. Super fast, super efficient, perfect. Are you saying why I'm not adding pillagers? Because you can make a gigantic pillager farm and infinite pillagers. I guess you can still do villager farms, but it uses a little more work. It would make sense though, yes, but it would also, I don't really want it to be farmable. What will be the moral limits of experimentation? I think the villagers will get mad at you. I'll add some sort of thing. Maybe it has a chance to just summon an iron golem when you prick them with the thing, or with the sampler. Wow, I actually eyeballed that real good. Look at that. That's almost perfect. That's really good. So these will just move up a pixel. This one moves to the left 1 pixel. Or technically, I should move the box, but whatever. We're just moving this. Boop. Click, 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 click. Boop. Mr. Moo, if you're still listening, when you do these, I'm okay with moving the actual boxes. So you don't necessarily need to keep them all in the same position. Okay, so that one's perfect. Gene sequencer, slicer, sample refrigerator has a texture. This has a texture. So, okay, all of these have textures. What is this? The sequence sample and the readout isn't real. That's not a real item. The gene database, we can do those. Will players have genes? Yeah, I think so. So an iron farm? Okay, no. Bandit, won't someone beautify the menus anyway? Yes, but I gotta make them look great myself. Well, I already answered that. I will make the villager a nuke. I could just make the villagers sometimes explode if you take their sample and they had the explosive gene and they just blow up. Okay, so we need to make a sequence sample icon in a gene database, which is just a flash drive. Those are easy enough. We're actually going to open up paint.net, my favorite pixel art / only pixel art program. We're going to do File, New. We're going to do a 16 by 16 texture. Then we zoom in as far as we can go. Perfect, perfect. And first thing, we do an S to select everything and delete it to get a transparent background. We hit P for the pencil key. We'll do the flash drive first. Boom, that looks pretty good. And then we just give it a little bit of gray for the top. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, that looks good. And then we give it a little shading. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Oh, wait, hold on. Where's the eyedropper tool? Eyedrop. Let's give this just a little tish of shading. Yeah, I think that's a pretty good flash drive. What do you guys think? Guess we'll have to get security craft. Give the villager a 1% chance to become Shigaraki. How come no one's commenting on my beautiful flash drive? Do you not like it? Fine, I'll just delete the whole thing. Kind of looks crooked. No. It's just unique. It's just unique in its own way. Dun, 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 dun. Broop, broop, broop. And we give it a little... See? I mean, this doesn't look any better. It just looks ugly. Unique. Got bad games on it. I thought it was a smoothie? Okay. You all just don't know art when you see it. I think the little flash drive symbol is kind of like this, isn't it? I don't know. Oh, wait, yeah. I'll make a little DNA sample. Control Y. A little DNA sample. Yes, this looks very, very high quality. If we just delete the corner and this corner, give it a little shape. Wow. I'm thinking this needs to be submitted to the art museum. Whatever. I'm keeping it. Make one branch blue. Wait, it would be like this, actually. There we go. DNA. Perfect. Wait, I gotta give it a little shading on the back. You always gotta do the shading. Shading? Boom. Okay, just kidding. Don't do that. Forget what I said. Whatever, I'm keeping this. Actually, wait. Let's give it a little... Nope, not doing that. Okay, that's good. Save as... Hold on, gotta go through my files again. Boop. File, save as... It's actually already in the right folder. What did I call this? Gene database. Is that actually what I called it? I don't remember. Boop. Items. H-I-J-K. L-M-N-O-P. Oh, it's storming in Minecraft. Scary. Gene database item. I think I registered it with Gene. Oh, it's in mod items. Yep, just Gene database. So if we go back to here, we do gene underscore database like that, and you put it inside of your textures item file. And just like that, it's going to be done and beautiful. Let's give it a run and find out. Will the villager have the gray gene? Will it turn gray? I don't know. Add lighter shading? No. Well, gotta go back. Gotta go. Good luck. Thank you for stopping in. Rum Games. I appreciate you watching and enjoying my beautiful art skills. Actually, everyone's just here for toothless dancing, I bet. You can't fool me. Check out this hard drive, or I guess USB drive. You can even tell because there's no little thing, but it's up there. Boop. That looks high quality. It's really good. Hey, Bruce Wayne. How's Alfred doing? We need to do sequence sample next. Didn't notice? Oh, hold on. Let me just make him bigger so you can notice him. There we go. Just in case you missed him, he's still there. The little short version. Paint. Boop. So we did this. Now we do... oop. That's moving it. I want to do selecting and deleting. So the sequence sample itself, I guess we could do the the tissue sample here and then just modify it. So we'll have this one be all the blood. And we'll change this. Is there enough room for a little DNA thing? I have no idea. Let's just do this. Eyedropper is K. I don't know why K is the eyedropper tool. But we erase this. Let me grab this, and we just go boop, 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 boop. Sequenced. Or we could have it floating above it all. Like this. Wait. Hold on. Z, boop, 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 boop. Yes, a genetic. Okay, undo that. Let's try this. Whatever, I don't care. It's just temporary. It's just temporary. That's all you have to remember. It's always just temporary. Tissue sample, this is going to be sequenced sample. Oh, not caps. Sequenced. Sequenced. Such a weird word. Good enough. Play. Can you turn toothless 45 degrees left? I think I can. No, I can't. Wait, why not? Where's the rotate button? Oh, there it is. There we go. 45 degrees. I actually don't know if that's 45 degrees, but eyeballing it, it looks like 45 degrees. There we go. Now he's dancing in the air. Temporary, just like my memory. Hello, Dragonforge, how are you? We have satisfied one of the viewers. Fantastic. Oops, can't do F11, my bad. Because it doesn't capture. It does not screen capture. Seems like 32 degrees? Okay. Mods ban that guy. If only he had mods. Okay, there. So sequence sampled. A gene database. Everything is coming all together. It's all coming together, as they say. The only thing that doesn't is the readout, but I don't think this readout does anything. It was just before I was thinking maybe you... Did it disappear? Oh, it fell. Before I was thinking maybe you print out the readouts when you're done analyzing. So if you go... There's nothing here, but there's the readout command which shows you the DNA sample. So maybe just having like a piece of paper that says it or something, but I don't think so. I thought time set day / game rule do. Oh, wait, it's weather / weather clear. That's why. It's storming. Storm. Hello, carport art. Looks like. Okay. We did all the textures. Let's cross that off the to-do list. Boom, textures. Make the catalog program next less ugly. We're doing that one next because this one's an important one to do. Because why is it important? Oh, because this is the one that you're going to be viewing the most to see the genes that you have stored. Because we want to be able to, you're going to be crafting the genome through here, through this terminal. So you need to be able to get all of the information about it. So if we look at it now, 7484, invalid number. Oh, 1. It tells you the gene name, the ID, which we should link to a translation key, actually, because that would make it more understandable. Category, category is. The quality, the source, it tells you which fridge it's in. That's fun. From villager, the UUID of the villager got deleted. Or it's actually just below. Anyway, this needs to be not so ugly. So I'm going to take a picture of it so I can see what it looks like. And we gonna make this less ugly. Yay! We love less ugly things. All right, so this is the catalog program. I tried to break it up so that the each of the programs has its own file, and they're kind of, they follow the same base, so they all extend from this abstract program in an attempt to make it better, but we'll see. We're going to do an @suppress warnings for the removal because I don't care about those warnings. We have a few random errors here, but we just need to focus on this guy here. This is the class that shows the different information, including the fridge that it's in. The display name, we're going to need to change to a translatable key. So if we go here to where it's used, right here, we added a new file entry. The display name here is, we can actually, because we grab info from the extract gene info, and in here is where we can do the name. So here, extract, I think it's this guy here, get string name, because it returns a new gene. We need to, I think if we set it, thank you for the call out, you're welcome. What does quality mean? So the quality is going to be the potency of the gene. So for example, water breathing. If you get a low quality, it's going to be a low level of water breathing. But if it's a high quality, it's more effective at water breathing. So it gets you to search for genes more than just finding the first one you see. It lets you, or it makes you kind of look for more of them. That was a bad explanation, but whatever. I know it's been out for a long time, but I finished your recent long form and it's peak. Thank you. You finished the movie, the devlog movie. Does higher quality give higher assimilation chances or better effects? It's going to be better effects. This does definitely get confusing, I will say. All right, so the display here is just the variable that stores everything. So we're returning a single, I guess, a gene info, which is just a record, and a record is just a final, it's basically a constant value, pretty much. So it has the display name, the gene ID, the quality, and the category. The display name, we need to change. Let's see. I'm comparing this to this. So the gene name should be this guy here for the name. Because if we come up here to, or no, come down here to, here we go. Sorry. Display name. So we grab the display name of E, which is the file entry, and the file entry is a gene info, or it has a gene info record in it. Here we go. Info.displayName. So I'm thinking we could do the translation here. Is probably the best thing to do. Because I think the display here is going to be oh, actually no, we change it down here. Oops, what did I just delete? Don't do that. I wanted to delete this display here. Let's make this a new here. And so the display equals gene.getString of the name, but we're actually going to do a translatable. So component.translatable, and then we get the string, the name string. Value of. The reason we're doing this is because the name is going to be, or the ID rather. Oh wait, hold on. We want it to be the ID. Burp, burp, burp. Copy this. Cut. Paste. There we go. What are you mad about? Am I missing a... Yes. All right, just ignore what I said. But before, we can see the gene ID is registering as the mod ID, gene, dot, and then water breathing. We'll make this a translation key so that it translates to English. We'll just say like water breathing instead of this full thing so it doesn't take up so much space. And so that's exactly what this should do. We can leave the display as normal. So now if we go into the English file and we give it, we just come down here and do bandits underscore quirk underscore lib and underscore, and is it dot gene? It's colon gene dot water breathing, which it should be a dot, but breathing, and we just do water breathing. Okay, so now that should translate that gene correctly. If we leave this world, I'm going to save it this time so it saves the weather. Change and run it. But it reminds me V rising blood system. I don't know what that is. I will be going now. Bye, Scarl. Thanks for coming in. I'm actually going to rotate Toothless back to his normal degree. Let's actually change him up a little bit. Let's give him his tall body back, but make him shorter. Okay. All right, so this should have translated the this name. So if we go to catalog, oops, make this bigger. Catalog, info 1. It looks like it didn't save. So identify. This is definitely not working correctly, but we'll just give it a second to do that. Come to think of it, actually... Oh, I bet it's because it uses the gene ID, I think. I think that's the problem. Let's just do this. Let's put this back out. Let's go here, the terminal, the sequencer, the slicer, the refrigerator, the extractor of the database. We grab, boop. Terminal, this thing, this thing, this thing. Put this thing in here, put this thing in here. I gotta activate the shift clicking. Analyze, boop. Start 1. I think the problem is because we changed the gene ID, it wasn't able to link it because I'm pretty sure this guy uses the gene ID if I remember correctly. So we need to now do identify, insert a gene data. Interesting. Why did it spit it out of the inventory? You won't know. But that, there we go. It should be done. You can also see the different types of rarities changes how fast they go. If we go to catalog, slicer. Take this, put this in the slicer. Slicer. Slice. 1 and 2. How to download the mod is only available. It's only available for YouTube members right now. All right, slicing is done. We got our 2 vials, which we can't shift click out of, which is dumb, but we can shift click into this. Cat log. Yikes. That made it mad. It did not like me doing that. Ugh, fine. I'll fix it. Let's see. So the it's because the gene ID is got changed here. Because now we're trying to extract it out, which we do, but I'm pretty sure the identify program here stores it inside of the gene ID. Look at all these errors. Resource location, we don't care about that. Suppress warnings, removal. I don't need to see those deprecated errors. Okay, so let's search for gene ID. There we go. So candidate uses this. I was not very, I need to move these out to different classes, but we have the gene ID here. We can actually do, come down here. See, it's pulling the gene ID directly as a string and trying to get that. So we need to actually translate this. But we also might need to translate it everywhere. So it's probably best to just translate it at the candidate level. So this .gene ID equals the component string .value of, and then we do component .translatable, and it's the gene ID. And that sets it up here, and I think that's everywhere we use it. So it should automatically now use the translated version. We might also need to go to, let me just Control-Shift-F for gene ID. Gene database item. This is the flash drive. Oh, we'll suppress the warnings here too. This is the flash drive, meaning we also need to make sure that it's storing the translatable key instead of the just regular ID, which I don't think it is. Here we go. So we're doing gene.toString.equals. And this is pulling it from this resource location, actually. Was it already? Was it already set up to actually do the translation? I didn't think it was, but maybe it is. No, I don't think so. I don't know. Let's just add this here. String.value of, because I'm thinking it's possible that it's already set up, or it was already set up to, oops, that was top ID, right? Oh, no, it was gene ID. We do just a capital O. Cannot translate resource location. Unexpected semicolon. No, it's expected. Delete that. Okay, so we're doing 3. There's no way that's right. Hold on. Because gene ID, oh, it is a resource location. This doesn't accept a resource. This accepts a string key. I don't know. Let's try that. Next batch of EXP. Oh, EXP. My next batch of XP came in. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. There we go. I understand. That's the I understand message that should be showing up every time. But in fact does not. Wait a second. Is he jumping? Oh, no. Okay. I pulled up my previous or my stream dashboard, and it looked like he was dancing in the middle of the screen. He was not. Catalog. Still unknown. Still unknown. So I think I broke it. We could try identifying. Oop. Okay. What's mad about that? All right. Okay. Let's just undo this. Beep, 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 beep. Put that back to gene ID. So now it's mad. It's mad. I say let's just ignore it for a second. We'll just ignore it. Actually, if I go back to catalog, because this is where I made the change, right? Let me go through my changes here. The catalog program, I changed this part here. See you later, Dread Lord. Thanks for stopping in. The gene ID here, instead of doing the translatable, we'll just ignore it for now, or we'll leave it non-translatable. Just so that it goes back to working. And let's see, identify program. I think I need to fix this. Oh, it's up here. That's where I changed it. Scroll. Here. This. Can I undo? No. Okay, that change is reverted. Those pictures are fine, and that's fine. Okay, so this should go back to working again. Yes, everyone, make sure you push subscribe if you're not already. Come on, let's load. So I'll hold off on the gene name ID, I think, for a second. We don't need I don't think we need to display the catalog ID. Yeah, so this goes back to working. So I think there's just an issue with that. Oops. So we have the name, the ID. We could always just do... Actually, I mean, the only thing I really don't care about is the UUID inside of this. Because that doesn't really tell you anything, because you're not going to know which one it was for. Because we can just say it's a villager. We don't need to say their whole ID. Here we go. Yeah, we just turn this off. We don't need their ID. We can just get their name from villager. Source, I guess, is fine to show. Category. That's here. The color for category.name. Why is this not capitalized? So subclass in here. I'll just wait, where's it defined? Category. Oh, it's just defined up here as an enumeration. Okay, so I guess we'll just do this to make it, because I want the category to be capitalized. So we'll just capitalize the first letter here. Down to category. There we go. Rendering. Oh, that's for unknown. We know the category. Here we go. Category unknown. No, that's still the unknown version. Let's go here. Oh, actually, no, it's right here. So we're going to do dot to name dot. How do we so we can uppercase the first letter by doing E dot, no, that's not right. E dot category dot name dot substring 0 length 1 dot to upper case. So that grabs the first letter and makes it uppercase, and then we add in this thing dot substring 1, which says grab this string, everything but the first character, basically. So now that should uppercase that. Fine. Just placeholders. Yes, everything is just placeholdered. It's all placeholders for now. And then after this, we can start making... I guess I'll just start naming some genes, I think. And creating some of those while I have some people who have ideas of maybe having them. It'll be temporary, of course, but... Or not full-fledged, but... info 1. Okay, there we go. So see, the category is correctly assigned. We need to translate that ID. So why didn't, or maybe it was because I was checking here. If I translate it at this stage, actually. If I do this, it should work, actually. I hope. Component.translatable. This returns this, but it should I thought translatable toStrings itself, or the component will toString itself. Let's find out if it does. I'm also coding while watching your stream, and coding earth element is a pain. Yeah, I bet it would be. Nah, I could probably do it in 4 seconds, you know. Just such a pro. Just kidding. Just kidding. I don't 100% know what you... Are you talking about the, do you... I guess I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, I saw your showcase stuff. I guess I just don't know too much what goes into it. Catalog. Info 1. What? Why do you do this to me? So it translated it, but it... Okay. I think I have to use... Is it .toString afterwards for this one, or is it... It should just be component.translatable. Is it because this isn't a string? It is a string. Why don't you work? .toString? Leave me alone. You are doing way more impressive things. Maybe. Maybe just a little bit. I'm very hungry. I don't know why I started so late. I doubt this is going to be a 3-hour stream, though, today. Yes. So that should be fine. I'm thinking this will be fine. Catalog info 1. Nope. Bandit's quirk lib gene.water_breathing args 0. So it's not translating it correctly. I don't remember how to use component.translatable. Everywhere else I use it, it just does it. Because all the places here, well, I guess that's... this might be, that's fancy menu, so it might be handling it in the background. That's where I just added it. Is it get string? It is get string. It's not toString, it's get string. That's the problem, I think. See you later, Carport Art. You have a good day. We'll just be here, coding away this one category line. I understand. I do wish I didn't have to restart this all the time. I think there's something that I can do to make it not restart, but... Oops. Catalog. Info 1. There we go. It's translatable. Yay. So now I just need to do that with the second one. Catalog. Info 2. The heat resistance gene. So we come up here to the English.json. We copy this. Someone's outside mowing the lawn. Heat resistance. Heat resistance. There we go. All right, so that should automatically be translatable. Let me push this to GitHub. This. Textures and naming changes. I think the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a few different genes. Right now I have 3 of them: heat resistance, water breathing, and glowing skin. The idea is we're going to have a lot of these. Like a lot of them. So let's do cold resistance. .json. Add, this is going to be the same as this one. It's going to be a resistance category. Rarity, I'll just say common. It's going to be cold resistance. This is just reduce the cold damage intake. Sure. Quality range, I don't really care too much about that, but we'll do... we'll say this one can go up to 100. I think all the resistances should be able to go up to 100. What I do need to add is the ability to change the villagers. Or change the mobs that these can show up in. Night vision. Yes. Ice quirk with fire resistance would be so tough. Yeah. That's actually a good one. Let me add that real quick before I forget the night vision one. Basically, all the vanilla potion effects. Night vision.json. All the vanilla potion effects, or like the powers that you would think that are too weak, those are gonna be here. So that it gives you like utility. So like yeah, like night vision's a really good one. Water breathing is a good one. If you got those normally, you would be like, oh, this is lame. This sucks. But if you got them, you know, without, or just been able to combine them with other things, or even additionally to your quirk, then you'll want to use them more. This is going to be in the quirk category. Night vision. This is going to be your eyes are naturally are able to peer through the darkness. Combinable, maybe we'll just keep that true. I don't really care. Rare, sure. I'll go through and change all these later. This one needs to be a quirk one. Uncommon. Actually, the uncommon probably for this. Not rare, because night vision's kind of OP. I say OP, but you know what I mean. Cold resistance is a common resistance. What about strength, speed, resistance, haste, and dolphin's grace? I can make a good swimming, an aquatic gene. That's not really, it's not a quirk, it's not a resistance, it's not a builder. That's a different type, actually, that you just came up with. Let me go ahead and I need to change how these can generate. Tissue extractor item. I believe this is where I do the plucking. Yep, get targeted entity. So basically this just looks at when they use it, it looks to see who they hit. If they hit nothing, we just do nothing. And this is all just grabbing the, I should add comments to this. Cast out and grab the entity that is in front of the player that they hit. And this just gets all of them, but it determines the closest one. The closest. There's definitely an easier way to do this than just pulling everyone that's in the AAB range, but we're just going to do this for now. Is a valid target. There's the config value here, and this one sets the... This sets the valid mobs. So player, villager, zombie, husk, and drowned. So we set all of the humanoid ones. So if you wanted to disable like drown from spawning with things, you can just by removing it from the config. But hold on. Does it actually assign the genes here? Gene info equals instances.get I. Instances. Don't know why I pulled that there. Boop. Import tag. Import class. Same with this one. Don't know why it does that, but import class. Same thing for this. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Drowned. Let's just replace all of these with air. Replace. Go down. Replace. That's fine. And then we go here. We import zombie. We import the husk. This is where we define how many. Is it how many or is it... What about something like enhanced immune systems of taking less damage from poison, higher effects, and become immune to both? That's... yeah, those are good resistances. I can add them real quick before I forget. I think the idea would be you have a bunch of the resistances, and then once you collect enough of them, you combine them together to be a stronger, like overall better immune system. Let's do poison resistance. Oops. F2. Refactor rename. .json refactor. Same thing as cold resistance here. Boop. Poison resistance. Common, probably uncommon for this one actually. Reduces poison damage. And What other one did you say? You said hunger. I could actually make this could make a gene that you just don't get hungry as often. We'll do hunger resistance. Add. Hunger resistance. Uncommon. We'll just say hunger effect. Reduces hunger effect. Hunger potion effect. Amplifier. Enhanced metabolism. Yeah, I think enhanced metabolism would be what it would be called. But I first need to get the combinable stuff figured out so I can say that like hunger with poison, hunger resistance with poison resistance together create the metabolism. A decay resistance, somehow being able to resist decay a little more. So all sorts of fun things we could do. Anyway, so we click on them. Here we check to see if they are... Oh, I think I set a range for the... No, go back. This is a configurable value for how many genes you can grab from them. But actually it's, so yeah, the villager has 3 to 4 genes. The zombie has 2 to 3. Husk has 2 to 3. Drowned has 2 to 3. So that's the number of genes that you can get. And so yeah, we're just pulling them out here because this returns this sequence zombie range. It returns a T-type, and the here it's returning an array. Wait, no, that's up here. It's defined in the config spec. Here we go. It's just a list. It's returning a list, and so we can use the get on the first index of the list and the second index of the list. Is there a limit how many genes a player can have? There will be. There will be a limit. There's not one right now because you can't give the genes to yourself. Here we go. This is actually what I want to change the sequence generator. Boop. This class is what generates what genes the entity has. And so it does do a weighted thing. So it's just based on the rarity. Common, uncommon, rare, very rare. Those will change the chance that that item will show up, or that gene will show up. And so we're just choosing that. And we basically just go through here, and let's see. I need to go through and document this a little bit better, because my memory is not good. Starting from the top, we grab a seed, which a seed in a random number, or a seed is just something you give to a random number generator to kind of start it off. So if this seed is something, let's see. You can think of a seed as kind of like a starting point for a random generator. So if a random generator, say, just randomly adds, hold on. My brain is a little not working right now. Basically, sorry, I was reading Devmon's message. Basically, the seed is a way to control what a random generator is going to produce. So if you have 2 random number generators, and one of them has a seed of 0 and one of them has a seed of 1. Those are going to produce completely different numbers from each other. Every time you pull a number, it's just going to be completely different. If you give both of those generators the same seed, so you give the seed of 1 and the seed of 1 to both of them, if you pull random numbers from them, they're going to be the exact same numbers every single time. So those two random generators are now identical in their output. So what we're doing here is we're seeding a random number generator with the UUID of the mob that we're trying to get the genes of. And because when you use the same seed, you'll get the same random numbers, this means that no matter how many times we take a tissue sample from one of the mobs, it'll always give us the same genes because we have the same seed for that mob. So that prevents it from that prevents you from getting different genes from different or from the same mob, basically. So yeah, we collect our random number. This is we're just defining how much we need to, or how many genes we need to have. And we're just seeing too also if it's 0, like if for some reason someone made the mob have 0 inside of the config, if they set the sequence range, which if we just hit down, boop, if they set this to 0 and 0, meaning no genes, it's actually going to still give a gene. Or it's just going to choose a random number of genes. But so we have then the availability list, and these are all of the genes that are available to create. So we have this gene registry here. All this really does is it registers everything inside of the data folder. So inside of the data pack, all of these genes, they get registered to this, and that's kind of where they're stored. They're just stored in this gene registry. What we're going to need to do is we need to change the gene registry here because we need it, instead of doing the all here, we actually need it to have specific knowledge of the mobs that the gene can have. Because I want to do this, where we do mobs like this, and we just say it's an array, and we just do like player. I'm trying to think, it might have to be Minecraft player. Yeah, it might have to be Minecraft player. Minecraft player. Minecraft drowned. For some reason, the drowned get night vision. Or no, we'll say the zombie has night vision. Or has a chance to have night vision. And so then we want to say, okay, inside of the registry, if we, instead of using all and getting every single, here, instead of getting every single gene and then randomly choosing one of them, we just want to get the gene that is, or has the same, here, has the same tag, basically, as the entity that we're doing. So we're going to do public static list of genes, gene, and we're going to do get all of type, and we're going to pass in a type, which I think should be fine just like that. And then instead of returning the entire cached list, which is all of the values here, we need to go through and pull out all of them that have a mob type. So if we do for each gene in cached list, and this is going to be gene. There we go. So this is saying go through everything that's every gene that's cached. And we actually need to make a new temporary list, actually. Equals new. we can do just list, I think. List of Gene. Or is it going to get mad because I can't instantiate a list? Yep. So we're just going to do array list, I guess. And this is going to be output. And so now we say if the gene dot, and then we need to edit the gene too, because we have no concept of mobs. So let's go into the class definition for gene. And here it is. It's just saying, here's a constructor rather. And these are all of the different things that it stores in it. We need to add a new private final. We'll just do a string. No, we need to do a blah, 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 blah. Is it going to be a list, maybe? A list of strings. And we'll say mobs. And we need to define this. So this dot mobs equals mobs. And we'll just add it here too as well. A list of string mobs. So we're passing in this mobs list here. Now this is mad because when we construct it here or create a new gene, we don't actually give it the array list here. So we define the description, the combinable, all that. We're basically just getting it from the JSON value. So we'll need to do a list of string mob list equals, and then we do new, we'll do array list, and we'll do dot, this thing. And the array list is going to contain, can we do this? No, we cannot. Okay, so we'll do JSON dot get, and then we need to do get mobs. This is going to return an array, so we do dot get as. Is there a get as list maybe? No, but we do have get as JSON array. Can we do dot as list? And this is going to be a list of JSON elements. We don't want that. We want it as string elements. How do I change that? That I don't actually know. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to chat. Drowned would make sense due to having to see underwater. The name tridents. Yes. See you later, Shiv. I probably missed you, but that's okay. Okay. I need to figure out how to convert a JSON array to a list of strings. Because I don't think I do that or have done that before. So let's actually just Google it. New window. How to make a, Java turn a JSON array to list of string. Literally one of the top things listed. Let's see what this AI thing says. We do new array list, so we get the JSON array, and then we have to put it in manually. Oh. Okay, whatever. Whatever. Well, that's using JSON array, though. But we're using the JSON object. So let me change this to Java convert JSON object array to list of string. Oop. Does this know JSON array? Okay, so no, it's still pulling it like that. Okay, so I guess We don't do that. We do JSON array as list, and so this is just going to be a list of JSON elements, I guess. Element. What? Did I spell that wrong? Oh, that's lowercase. Like this. See you later, existence. Thanks for stopping in. Element list. And then what we do is we do for each, for int, just do x equals 0. X is less than element list dot size. Actually, we don't even need to convert it to a list. We could just do an array. It's not the end of the world. JSON element array. Like this. Wait, this works? That's crazy that that works. Okay, whatever. I don't really know how to use the JSON library, but can I? Oh, so it's not an array. Provided JSON. Oh, there. There we go. I'm gonna use size. Let me do x plus plus. And we do our list of string. Mob list equals new array list. And then inside of here, we just do mob list dot add element list dot get x dot to string. So this should add everything to the mob list, and then we can do mob list here. That was annoying, but that should be fine. So basically we pull the element array from this thing, which now we're actually going to have to place this in here. So we'll do this to here. Poison resistance, night vision, this, this, this. And we're actually going to leave cold resistance because I just thought we should probably make a default case in case they don't actually do mobs. So we're going to use this JSON.has. So we'll do, actually we can just do it here. We'll say if the element list is equal to JSON.has, and then we do mobs. So if it has this, and it's true, then we get the array. Otherwise, we just do a new, wait. Okay, I gotta change this up. So I'll do this. List of mob types defaults to all when not defined. We'll do an if statement here. We'll check if it has the mobs or not. If it has the mobs, doop-a-doop. And then we do this guy. We grab the list. And then we do this thing. Otherwise, we just set the mob list equal to new array list of strings, and I'm pretty sure we just do, yeah, we can just do mob list.add like this, and we do Minecraft player Drowned zombie villager. Is that all of them? Drowned zombie villager. The husk, actually. Husk. Alrighty, now it should properly do that. And then down here, so we assign the mobs. We need to get a function to actually access it. Public list string get mobs. Return mobs. All right, all of that just so we can check it here in the gene registry. Yeah. So we're getting the all of type, and the type equals. Wait a second. Yeah. This is what I want. So we have the output of all the genes. So for every gene in the cached list, aka every gene that's registered, we do if this dot get mobs, which returns the array list, and then we do dot contains, and we do the type output dot add the gene. And then we just simply return output. So that should actually go through and return all of the types. So here where we do all, we need to actually change this, which is in the tissue extractor, I think. Probably. Tissue extractor. No, the sequence generator. Just click this. Generate for entity. So instead of doing the get all, which is where's it at? Choose weighted, gene instance. Where's it at? Where is it at? Hey, Titus, how are you? And hello, Corey. Okay, so I can't do this dot. Can I find the usages of this? Find usages. It's used in the sequence generator. There we go. Available. I just didn't see that. So instead of doing dot all, we're going to do dot get all of type, and then we need to pass in whatever the entity's tag is. So entity dot get type, or is it mob type? It might be mob type, because this returns a regular mob type thing. So if we do dot toString, is the mob type gonna be? If we go here, I'm gonna just teleport to the mob type by typing this here, and then we can control click it. Okay, so that's not right. That's gonna be undead. We don't want that. We want the maybe the resource name. Get resource. Get. It's not mob type. Main arm, projectile, add entity, custom name. I mean, is it inside of the dot get resource? I would assume it would be resource. I do get name, that gets the regular name. Dot get mine. I don't actually know. Let's Google it. Just finished MHA Heroes Rising movie again. I'm gonna watch that again soon. How to get the in living entity living. How to get the living entity resource name in Java Minecraft. Entity.getType.getRegistryName.toString. There's no way. Get type dot get or is it dot registry name? There's no way that works. May produce a null pointer exception. There's no way, there's no way, there's no way. Get registry name? I don't think that's a real thing. Yeah, that's not a real thing. So just try registry name, I guess. Let's just print this to the console too, just to see. System.out.println this. This will crash if it doesn't work, but whatever. Then I'm watching your next movie soon. Oh, I guess that's the one that I wanted to watch again. Not sure what they'll do, but I'm sure it'll be great, Pacquiao. I'm sure it will be great. Once we get this working, I think it's going to be the end for today. Just FYI. Hello, Shadow. Just working on the this stuff. So let's click on zombie. Minecraft zombie. Minecraft villager. And that gives cold resistance and cold resistance. Why did it give cold resistance for both? Uh-oh. Okay, so something's not working just yet. We can get rid of this print because it is in fact using this. Let's actually click the ground. Make sure it doesn't crash. Okay. So we do a get all. Let's just print this out. For Gene GN available system.out.println g dot get ID, I guess. This will tell us if it's actually doing it, because right now cold resistance is the only one that they're getting. Oh, because cold resistance doesn't have something. Wait, am I supposed to be registering these? I thought it was automatic. I better not be registering these by hand. Glowing skin. Underscore skin. Okay, no, so it should be by hand. It's choosing this one by default. Wait, village. Okay, zombie has this. The villager should only have cold resistance. But the zombie should have more options. What's this that you're trying to get working? Right now, the custom genes for each mob, so that they only get the correct ones. Well, they only have. Oh, I need the console for this. Oop. So like if I do this on the villager, the only gene that should show up is cold resistance, which it does down there. But if I do it on the zombie, it should be cold and everything else, which it's not, which means this isn't pulling correctly because it's Minecraft zombie here, so it should be registering water breathing with the zombie and literally everything else. But I think it's because this is not. Let's see. Let's go to the gene registry, maybe. Get all types. We pull the... We don't need this. Boop. Everything in the cache list is it contains the correct type, we add the gene. Which this also isn't true because we need to change this to do make this work with non. Oh, no. That should work because it adds everything normally. Tissue extractor. Each mob has a set gene. No, yes and no. I mean, you can. The way that it works is the developers can make their own genes and they can define which mobs have or can have that gene. So in this case, I set like this glowing skin gene. It has it can spawn on either players or zombies. And so you can change anyone who adds a gene can just change which mobs they show up on. Because for some genes it wouldn't make sense to have, like water breathing wouldn't make sense on a villager, but it would maybe make sense on a drowned, for example. Right now it says zombie though, but that's just because I'm testing. Just testing it. So we know that this is spitting out the correct type, but maybe the get all type isn't working. So let's go into here. Let's just do system.out.println, adding, and then we do plus gene.getID. And we see if this is even has more than one thing in the cache list. It should. This should have all of them. If not, oh well. Actually, I should have probably, hold on, stop this. Let's put something here. Else. Oh no, we'll do this. Boop, boop. Attempting the gene, and then now we added it. For anyone trying to guess my model in the project showcase, it was part of something mentioned here a few minutes ago. Is he teasing things? Let's see. Boop. I have no idea what that is. No idea. Wait. Do I know? I don't know if I know. The colors are throwing me off. The colors. I will have you add it eventually. What could it be? All right, shift right clicking. So cold resistance, heat resistant. Wait. Attempting hunger, poison, cold. Added cold. Attempting heat. So it only added cold resistance. Why did it ignore all of these? What's the difference between... Okay. The difference is that this has mobs in it. Okay, so something's not right with the registering. Is it in sequence generator? No. Gene registry. No. I forget which file it is that reads in the JSON stuff. Is it gene? No, it's not sequence generator. The reload listener. Gene reload listener. Those are blocks. Oh, is that here, I bet? In the common. Nope. What? I wish there was a go to file button, but I don't think there is. Wait. What in the world? It's in genetics. Oh, the folder that's hidden. There it is. So it's attempting to add it, but it does not add it. We're checking if it has the mob's name, and if it doesn't, add in this. Is it possible I spelled zombie wrong? I don't see how I did that, but let's... Minecraft zombie. Nothing changes, so that's not the problem. Tis not the problem. Yeah, if it has the member of quality range. Yeah, it has quality range. Has combinable description. So it has to have does it have this? Let's do this. System.out.print9, my favorite debugging tool. Just printing things out and seeing what happens. Could always push the debug button, I guess, but whatever. We shall see. Hopefully this shows me what the problem is, because I'm really hungry now. Skipping lunch. Not healthy. Boop. Boop. Let's see. Shift. Oh wait, no, I would have registered it already. So we just scroll up. Failed to parse gene. Oh, no enum constant cosmetic. Hmm. No enum constant genetics gene category.quirk. There is two. A cat. What is it doing? So maybe this is the problem. It's been failing this whole time, actually. And also, I think it's adding in quotations, which it's not supposed to be doing. No enum constant com.genetics.gene.category.cosmetic. There is, in fact, that. Wait, no. Gene. Here. Category. Whoops. Totally did not do that. Right. Cosmetic. It's just quirk, not quirk misc. Resistance unbuilder. Wow. Okay, so that was probably the problem. We add in achievements if a quirkless player gets one for all. I mean, I can. I can. This needs to be quirk. Physique. Resistance. This is cosmetic. And this is builder. Run. Resistance. Builder. Cosmetic. Quirk. This is much more efficient than just finding all of the entries. We'll just run it and wait for it to stop. So I think the problem before was that they just weren't even loading anything. And I didn't realize because I didn't look in the log. So now it should be loading them all, and it should be placing them correctly to the right mob. And if that works, that's going to be all I'm doing for today. Well, live at least. I'll eat something and then I'll continue working later, but we'll see. Shift right click. There we go. I think. Attempting hunger resistance, attempting, added cold resistance. Then it attempted everything again. Did it make 2 samples? Oops. Just clear my inventory. There's too much stuff. Tissue. So if I do this on the zombie, it's running it twice. And it's only adding cold resistance. Let's scroll up here. Was there another problem? Oh, yeah. So the problem... The fact that there's quotations here. I don't think that's... Because it's doing... not replace this with... Wait. This... No. Stop it. Replace backslash this with nothing. I bet this is the problem. Because it's pulling element list, I think. When you do .toString, it's literally pulling this exact... Of course, I don't have it open. Here we go. This exact string here. Which means it's pulling the quotations here. And so when I look up to say, oh, does this match the player, like Minecraft player? It's going to be no, because we're technically checking if this equals... If this string here equals this string here, which they're not equal. But what we did was we just replaced the quotation marks with empty, nothing. So then now it should, if we scroll up, we ignore that error. If we scroll up, it should have... Oh, well, I didn't change it there. So this should work. This should work. Trust. This is going to work. This is going to work. Shift right click. Attempting, adding. Attempting, adding. Attempting, adding. Attempting, adding. Attempting, adding. I don't know why it runs it twice. Because glowing screen, heat resistance, night vision, water breathing, cold resistance, poison, hunger. Oh no, it doesn't add it twice. Okay, so now this should actually have random ones. It does. Night vision, heat resistance. Night vision, heat resistance, poison resistance. This is the same. That's working. What might not be working is when I leave and come back. But let me actually do that. It might be giving me different samples, which isn't good. Nope. Okay, it is working. So now those are the same, and then you should have less options. Yeah, you only have cold resistance because I only made it have cold resistance here. Okay, that works. There's now a selectable or definable mobs thing, so you can define exactly what mobs are going to get the power. If you leave it empty, no mobs get anything. No mobs at all. Okay, but that's going to be it for today, I think. We fixed... what did we do? I don't even remember. We fixed this issue. And the mobs can now have configurable genes. I also did the textures for all of the items, everything except the actual, you know, these things. The model blocks, the block models. added in the GUI for these blocks. So that's pretty good. The next thing I'll have to do, probably off camera, is I need to fix the identification program. It's still not 100% working. And then I'll start to do the actual combining of, or the, not combining of the genes, but the creating of the final, like, injector, I guess, that will modify your genes. Maybe I'll make it an injector. Maybe I'll make it some sort of machine like you have to stand in. Kind of how Shigaraki had to sit in his chair for a couple months with all the IVs and things hooked up to him. I could maybe set up something like that. An injector would probably just be the easiest, though. But thanks, everyone, for watching today. I'll do another stream someday. Oh, it's getting stormy. 9 is using his quirk. Yeah, or that too, Titus. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for all the new members. I'm gonna go eat something. You guys do the same. Make sure you drink some water. I will see you all later. Okay. Bye. Make sure you join my Discord. Link in the description. True. Could get the trigger through the injection creation as well. That too. All right. See you guys later. Bye. Dance them out. Dance them out, Toothless. Yeah.